Uh, Back in June or July, I went to the clinic to find out about some conditions that I have. One of the conditions that I had was hydrocephalus, that I have still, rather. There are a whole bunch of types of hydrocephalus, but the one that I was more concerned with was or not a type, rather, but like, I'll explain. Arnold-Chiari malformation type 2. There are 5 of those. I'm not going to explain all of them, but just bear with me. For Arnold-Chiari type 2, there is a whole bunch of skull in the back of your head that pinches a certain part of the brain, right around there. Anyway, they surgically have to cut off some bits of skull, and then they put the CSF shunt up under the skull. But from the feeling of it, that's not what I have. Here's the thing. When I read that I had spina bifida, but they didn't tell me exactly what type I had, I was freaking out. Let me explain. I'm not the most, the best most coordinated person in the world. I'm actually very clumsy. I'm actually not holding on to anything right now, and it's very difficult to stand up, or rather sit up straight without anything supporting my back. I don't know if that has anything to do with what's going on with my CSF shunt or anything, but like I said, what was I thinking? I don't have it by the feeling of it. What I do feel, though, is just a big old button. I don't know what happened. I used to have the, let's say, pump section of my CSF shunt a little higher. But what's going on right now is there's a dip where it used to be, and then there's a little bump, a squishy little bump, a little lower than that. If it was an MMORPG map, I would say it was southwest of it. I hope you can understand what I mean by that. Let me talk about my CSF shunt really quick. Every time I feel nauseous or yak for some reason, my mom has to push that to see if it's still working. Or anybody really. Because of that, I hate when people touch my head. Like, even to give me a hug, if they put their hand right there, I will break the hug immediately. I already hate hugs, but if they do that, it's going to be a half a second hug. But yeah, anyway, I was back in June or July. I was panicking because I didn't know what I had. So even though my the 10 pages of medical history that they gave me didn't tell me exactly what I had, I'm going to make the executive decision of saying that I don't have Chiari malformation type 2, so I can relax with it. I even made a blog about it. The link will be in the description. I was freaking all the way out. And if I could, I would go back and give myself a hug, because... Anyway, I'm Reagan Von Limos, and this has been a weird relearning of oneself.